It's been a crazy spring season for anime already, as two of my most anticipated anime started airing. I'll also be making videos for the both of them, the anime being Hero Academy and Ace Attorney, so it's hard to make room for another spotlight with both of these on my plate. However, one of the most characteristic things about anime seasons are the shows that come out of left field. That special place for this season belongs to Re:Zero, or Starting Life Again from Zero. I've ruminated doing a video on this for the last week, but with Hero Academy and Ace Attorney on my plate, it's hard to find time. So instead I'll make a series of videos that don't talk too much about the anime in question, purely for the sake of just telling people about the show and not much else. What better way to start than with Re:Zero, the spring anime that loves to keep people in the shadows. Re:Zero is the token regular guy stuck in a fantasy world type of story, something that has been done to death with both failure and success. In fact, there is a distinct Konosuba vibe from the beginning of the first episode, tracksuit and all. Along with Konosuba, Re:Zero is both a parody of the guy stuck in a fantasy formula and a retelling of it. However, after the first episode, you start to realize that Re:Zero is less of a Konosuba type of parody and more of a Tate no Yusha type of parody. What I mean is that it gets pretty dark quick, although not quite on Tate no Yusha levels. It's a good thing that it starts within the first episode too, and even within the first minute you get flashes of a bloody future. It helps to show that while the beginning is as stereotypical as you can get, there's something more to come. It's also important to note that while it does get dark, the main theme of the show is more of a mix of comedy and tragedy. There were a couple moments of genuine laughter that came out of me, not just those chuckles that just sort of come out of your body. It also helps that there aren't many characters to keep track of, and they're all pretty decent. Although some characters give off that feeling, you can tell there's actual substance to the character worth finding out. It also helps that the main character Subaru, while still wholeheartedly a goofball, is still competent. It's rare to have a regular teen go into a fantasy world and can still fight worth a damn out of the gate. There's no ultra in-depth explanation of the country's political dynamics or a big-scale war to fight. It's pretty much just Subaru hanging out in a fantasy world. In fact, despite being in a new world of fantasy, Re:Zero is awfully stingy with the information it gives out. In this case, however, it's good, as most people at this point don't really care about fantasy origins anymore, as most origin stories are just rehashes of each other. Even Subaru's power is kept a secret until the end of the first episode. Since the anime keeps the exposition on the download, the pace is a lot faster than you'd expect. The series is also beautifully animated. Although nowadays good animation is easy to come by, Re:Zero is uncannily smooth, even in action sequences. It's easy in other shows to spot cells with less detail as the animation speeds up, but in Re:Zero, if it did happen, I never noticed it. The designs for the characters, while not great, are good enough to not give off that frilly vibe that other fantasy shows give. Characters are designed with the sense of their personality rather than making them look pretty. I also really like the opening and ending, for both their music and composition. As such, after watching a few episodes, I'm completely hooked. Going into it, I thought Re:Zero was going to be this season's awful, badly designed, harem-infested, big-boobed action fantasy anime that has no thought put into it, and is unimaginably unlikable and insensible. But that title belongs to another anime this season. Re:Zero is actually an anime that gets better with each episode, and although it's still not that great, it's certainly worth a watch.